Hello and welcome to the Conversational Hypnosis Academy. It's Scott Jansen here again, and welcome on board to how to dominate your stop smoking sessions in half the time while still charging a premium rate. Now, I'm very excited about what we're going to be learning over the next 3 to 4 sessions, because you'll be gaining an exclusive look into some insider secrets that I've used over the last decade to dominate the stop smoking industry, to work with clients in 1 to 2 sessions to have them completely overcome smoking itself instead of the normal 5 to 6 that a therapist would expect a client to be working with them. Now, what I want to do before we get into the actual content and the learning strategies is set a bit of a foundation on what this product is about, what you're going to be learning, and the outcome. So first off, I want to make it abundantly clear that I will not be showing you exactly how to do a stop smoking session. I won't be showing you the number one method out there or the number one method that I know to help smokers quit. I won't be showing you the step-by-step formula that I exclusively use with all the stop smoking sessions that I do, because I want to bring your attention to this. I want you to realize, as a therapist or someone that's looking into hypnosis to start a career, or if you're more the advanced and you've been working with smokers for a long time, that there is no one way. So if you're a therapist taking this training, you'll probably agree with that all your smoking sessions are different. Just like all your weight loss sessions tend to be different, just like all your anxiety and your confidence sessions seem to be different. And the truth is definitely abundant here as well. So the first idea I want to present to you in our training together, and it's a very important idea, is I want you to drop the mindset that there's one way to do smoking. Now, there are many. You can work with symbolism. You can work with learning strategies. You can do stop smoking session with simple stories. You can do stop smoking sessions with external trance procedures. You can do stop smoking sessions with just about anything. So what makes a stop smoking therapist so successful? What I want to do over our training together is show you how to set up every single stop smoking session that you do for absolute success. So it really takes the pressure off the actual technique that you decide to use, and the setup and the conclusion to the session are the most important factors we're going to concentrate on, which means that any technique you have in your arsenal, you can use. If you're not familiar with other techniques, we will have other products that you can take on board to conform these ideas together and come up with something that's simple. But I want you to realize it's the actual setup of a stop smoking session that's going to make you a success. It's this setup procedure that's going to show your clients the intention you have and the intention they have to quit that's so strong that you can charge whatever you want as a stop smoking therapist and get paid for it. Now, this is something that I want to keep abundantly clear as well, is we want to make sure that you're still able to charge premium rates while cutting back your stop smoking sessions. And like I said, it's all in the setup. So we're going to spend a lot of time over the next few sessions looking at how to set things up. And it's not only easy, it's a lot of fun, and it can be transferable to other types of clients that you work with, whether anxiety or weight loss or whatnot. So this is where we're headed. We're going to be looking at not having to deal with clients that come in to see us that either think smoking can't be fixed with hypnosis, or that the therapist must do 3, 4, 5, 6. I've sometimes seen up to 10 sessions just for a stop smoking client. We want to expel this myth, which we'll get into in a moment, and work with our clients just like we would with anything else in 1 to 2 sessions, while still charging that premium rate, of course. So consider that for your career. Let's say you're doing 5 or 6 sessions now and you're charging whatever you charge. Imagine being able to charge the same rate, but doing it in maybe half or a quarter of the time, having to see a client maybe once or twice instead of 6 to 10 times. What would that do for your career? So it's something I want you to keep in the back of your mind throughout our training together. So what I'd like to do first, before we get into the content, is just to look at a few myths and a few mindset problems that therapists tend to hold on to as an exclusive idea that must be covered through a stop smoking session. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is this idea of the mindset that smoking is a different category in regards to anxiety and weight loss, etc. Now, what do I mean by category? Let me give you an example. If you've done any hypnosis training, or you've done a hypnotherapy diploma, or you're clinically trained, whatever the case may be, you'll tend to find that hypnosis schools, especially in Australia where I did all my study, is they tend to make smoking a separate category for the learning process. We would spend, let's say, a couple of days doing anxiety, weight loss, confidence issues, and all of the above. And then they would pre-tell us that the next day is going to be about smoking. Make sure you come tomorrow because we're going to look exclusively about smoking. We're going to spend the day on smoking and we're going to look at different strategies to help overcome a smoker. So what has this done first of all throughout your training? What this has done is set and primed in your unconscious mind that smoking can be a different category, that it might be different or harder in some cases because you needed a whole day just based on smoking. So the first idea I want to, the first mindset I want to break inside you as a therapist is do not treat smoking as a separate category. Smoking can be viewed upon as the same as anxiety, the same as weight loss, and the same as phobias and things like that. Yes, there are different strategies. Yes, there are different questioning techniques and different cycles you can run through. Absolutely. But the mindset is key. Because as a therapist, if we go into the mindset with working with stop smoking clients that I need to see you 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 times, you're priming them and not only yourself that you cannot do it in the first 1 to 2 sessions. And by our training together, I guarantee that's what we're going to be doing. You'll have every tool available to do your stop smoking sessions in 1 to 2 sessions, and it'll be a lot more fun and actually give you more freedom and less anxiety as a therapist because we're going to break that category. The next myth I want to look at, and this comes from the training schools themselves and something that I see is rampant across and inside the hypnosis industry, is that in order to create a successful stop smoking session, there are certain criteria you must meet, or the therapist must meet. They must meet the criteria of the client being bored, the social acceptance, the stress, the hunger, the anxiety, the addiction, and there's many more. So what is this about? Let me give you an example. What would tend to happen is a therapist would bring a client in and they would treat each session from one of these elements. They'll first work on the boredom idea, send the client away, have the client come back maybe a couple of days later or a week later. And then they'll work on the social anxiety. Then they'll do the same thing with the stress. And you can see how these sessions can start to stack up. Now, I don't want to knock this as an approach, but again, we're here to learn some advanced strategies that are actually very, very simple to not do these sessions and these packs of sessions in 6 to 7 sessions. We can do them in 1 to 2 maximum, but still charge the same rate. This gives you more time as a therapist to maybe book more clients in or get other things done. And it doesn't restrict you to only working with those 4 or 5 or 6 categories. Now, the reason I think this is important is because I want you to consider where this idea would come from. How is it possible that someone throughout the history of hypnosis has exclusively put down that these are the different categories that only clients need to work with? Now, I'm not saying that those categories aren't correct. What I want to point out is I want to break this mindset that these are the only things that can cause a client to stop smoking. That if you cover all of these, this is the only way a client will quit. I want you to dispel that myth. I want you to break that mindset, and I want you to go into this that anything's possible. That a smoker smoking cigarettes can be caused by anything. That a client coming in for anxiety could have anxiety from anything. A client coming in for weight loss issues can have these weight loss issues from anything. And if you're a therapist, you've probably heard an abundance of stories that seem quite bizarre about why people have these addictions and phobias. So these are the 2 myths I want to dispel first. First, this idea of separating smoking inside your business as a separate category. So I want to break that mindset. And also this idea that you must work with these 5 or 6 different criteria to have a successful session. I want to show you by the end of our process today that not only will you have successes in that 1 to 2 session, but sometimes you won't even have to cover the idea of boredom, stress, anxiety, because it will never come up. What we want to do is set a different mindset. And the mindset I'd like you to create for yourself, not only that anything's possible, is that any tool or any method can be used for a stop smoking session. And also realizing that we need to place the power back in the client. We need to place the power back in the client's unconscious mind to do all the work for us. And I will break that idea down a little bit further lately. So hopefully this start of our training together has either dispelled some myths or sort of lightened up the mood, if you will, in regards to working with smokers. Because just like working with weight loss and anxiety and confidence issues, working with smokers can be just as much fun. And it's an actual really nice way to earn an income to help people overcome an addiction that tends to ruin people's lives. So you get the best of both worlds. So what are we going to be looking at throughout our training together? I'm going to look at 3 simple principles. Now, what's a principle? How is a principle different than a technique? As you recall at the start of our training, at the start of this first session, I did point out that I will not be showing you exactly the technique I use, because there is no one way to do this. You can bring any technique, any method, even if it's an NLP type method, into this, but by just putting it inside these techniques or these principles I'm going to show you over our sessions together, you can create the perfect foundation for every one of your clients to quit while still charging that premium rate, of course. So the 3 principles I want to look at is the idea of priming our clients for success. We want to look at simple testing cycles, and we're going to look at setting the perfect environment and context. Now, I'm a conversational hypnotherapist. We teach conversational hypnosis as well. But I want to point out as well, this is not exclusive just for conversational hypnosis. Yes, it may come across as we can be very conversational with the methods that we're using. But if you want to add some more structure to this or bring in your own clinical knowledge into this and just use these principles, you are more than welcome to. And you'll notice that they fit quite seamlessly as well. So these are the 3 principles I want to cover, and this is definitely the start of the setup phase, but it's also the conclusion phase, and it's very simple. So what we're going to have is the setup. You'll put your technique or method in the middle of this, and then you'll have the end, which is the conclusion, and this will create a perfect 360 environment around a stop smoking session to make sure you walk out being an absolute success and your clients walk out praising you for what you've done, and you make that career the way it should be. So what I want to look at first is this idea of priming. Let's look at the first principle over the first session to have a look at priming and what priming is. So what is priming? Maybe you've heard of priming before and you're thinking maybe you use it inside your hypnosis sessions, maybe you don't. Maybe this is the first time you've actually heard of this idea of priming. So let me give you an example of what priming is. Let's say you were going to work with a client and you asked your client to watch a horror movie before the session actually begun. Let's say they sit there for an hour or 2, they watch a DVD on something that could be quite bloody in content, it could be a little bit scary, there could be some jumping scenes, it could be some screaming, and total mayhem happens through the session. So let's say you've done that with your client and then you've asked them to come through into what should be a peaceful environment, as we know hypnosis can be and should be. And what do you think is going to happen? This is the priming effect we're looking at. What's going to tend to happen is a client's going to come in remembering what they've just watched, and it's going to set a direction for the unconscious mind. It's going to release these ideas in the unconscious mind during the session, and throughout the session, whatever technique or method you use, you could come across those ideas from the movie they've just seen. So it's really about, we want to make the perfect priming for our clients to prime more for success and less for failure. So how do we do this? Well, what I'd like to do is move on to the actual first part of our training together. Now we've got a little bit of theory out of the way. So join me on the next session when we exclusively look at how to work with priming, how to create the right priming environment, how to prime for success, and actually how we can start priming for these 1 or 2 sessions only and not have to deal with 5, 6, maybe 10 sessions with smokers. So when you're ready, jump over to the next session and let's look exclusively on priming your role as a therapist and for absolute success. We'll see you on the next session.